So good afternoon, April the 11th, 2016. This is CISG113, Section 1, Information Security and Privacy. Today is day number 23 in the week number 12. So 3 more weeks to the end of the semester, including this one. So let's get started. First of all, welcome back to this week. This is week number 12. So the second week into the last 4 weeks of the semester. And if you remember correctly, because last week we did not have Monday, we just have Thursday, so we used Thursday as the basis for our midterm exam. So we did not have a chance to introduce to you what the last 4 weeks it's all about. So allow me to spend just 1 to 3 minutes to help you understand the last milestone of your study in this course in the last 4 weeks. If you look at week number 11, the theme of week number 11, it's IL, integrative learning. So we've stepped through the 3 major phases of the semester learning: inquiry-based learning, IBL, and then self-regulated learning, SRL, for the second learning contract. And the last learning contract is problem-based learning, PBL. Now it's time for you to put together your learning on IBL, SRL, and PBL together for your semester's learning conclusions. Well, so we did it through the IL process, the integrative learning process. IL is a very important phase of your learning in the semester, what it's all about. So you studied the teacher's message on last week, okay? I've given you the basic idea of IL. One key word is to put together things that have not been put together. That means you need to make connections. You need to make connections on what's the relationship of your learning in IBL with the learning in SRL, with the learning in PBL, under the umbrella context of this course, information security and privacy. Now you need to ask yourself this question: how many topics have you really investigated so far into the semester? Of course, in your learning contract number 1, you wrote a report. In your learning contract number 3, you also wrote another report. Yet, if you look at the assessment scheme of the semester, you're supposed to have done 10 topics at this point, actually 11, because this is week number 12. Alright? So 1 topic per week in the first 10 weeks. It's an important milestone you need to keep in mind. So today, when we come to week number 12, let me remind you, there is one thing you need to do in order to reclaim your score in the semester. That is your IL project. The IL project means the integrative learning project. It's about your portfolio. You need to create a portfolio, not in Mahara. Let me repeat, not in Mahara. Okay, that is your business in your residential college. You need to create your learning portfolio in this course under UM all right? Using the Wiki facility provided in the UM. You have some experience on the Wiki in the last learning contract, but this time when you use the Wiki, it's on your own. Okay? You must construct your Wiki under your own name. You do not construct your Wiki under the peer name. You do not construct the Wiki under the team name, and you do not construct the Wiki under the task force name. You construct your Wiki under your own name. Okay? Alright, you know that you need to construct your personal Wiki in order to claim the score for the whole semester. So, what are you going to claim for the whole semester? So, let's take a look at the teacher's message of this week. Alright, so before we go back to the learning contract 1, 2, 3's important resources there, which are important resources to help you through the learn-to-learn process through a teacher-centered approach. Okay, so you know that those resources are there, including the PowerPoint. So I hope you do not miss them when you construct your own portfolio in case you need some extra Now the important thing we need to pay attention to in today's classes, let's take a look at the Syllabus Assessment Scheme. That is the assessment scheme presented in the syllabus, and you know that we are going to give you a grade based on 100 semester points. So the first learning contract, 10 semester point, the second learning contract, 10 semester point, the third learning contract, 10 semester point, the learning portfolio which you're going to create before the end of this semester, 20 semester points, the Learn to Learn activity, which include 10 journals and 5 blocks, will give you 15 semester points. And the midterm exam we just finished last Saturday will give you another 15 semester points. The in-class participations, which you should have done at this point, will give you 20 semester points. So in order to claim those points and put it in your record, you need to create your learning portfolio with all the items here installed in the front page of your portfolio with subsequent links to those individual items. Now you need to use the technique learned in the last learning contract individually to create wiki pages with those links. Alright? And so since we did not require you to submit the learning artifacts for learning contract number 2, so as we have already told you, you are going to have 20% in learning contract number 3 instead of 10%. So because we did not require you to submit any learning contract items here, so instead of 10% originally, now you have 0% here. In other words, in your learning portfolio, you're not obliged to show the learning artifacts for learning contract number 2. But you're welcome to do it if you have already done something, particularly the journals in the 3 weeks of week 5, week 6, and week 7. Okay? So here's the picture that you're going to use to give yourself the grade. Now, except you see that here we have an extra item which will give you 10 semester point, which is called the speech of the semester. It's a bonus one. So if you observe it enough, you know that I've sent out a call for speech of the semester message in the public online discussion forum for last week. And in that particular message, I've given you the indications. If you believe you have not done 10 times of the in-class participations as of this time, you better join this, sign up for this to make sure you got this opportunity to do your speech of the semester. Now what the speech of the semester requires is you have to answer the question, what have I learned in this semester? Okay, in terms of information security and privacy over the 3 learning contracts period. And you must get ready a PowerPoint to go with the speech of the semester. You will be given a maximum of 10 minutes time in class to do this. But because we're 39 students in this class, and if you count the number of knots we have in the remaining 2 weeks, excluding this one, we do not have 39 time slot, each lasting for 10 minutes. So if you believe you need it, you better sign up earlier. First come, first serve. All right? Week number 11. Public online discussion forum. All right? So now, if you are paying attention and have been doing your learning contract number 3 all the way down to completions, you know that you should have done 5 times of the in-class presentations included within the period of learning contract number 3. Actually, if you take into account the team-based presentations today, 6 times. Alright? So make sure you know that you have to do this learning portfolio in order to claim those scores. If you do not do the learning portfolio, all the score you have obtained will be gone. Okay? So the learning portfolio is the key to unlock your score. So you have to do it before May 3rd of this year. Okay? May 3rd is the last day of class, that is the mega class day. You must get your learning portfolio done on the very last day, May 3rd, which is Tuesday. Alright? So you have 3.5 weeks time to do it, and it's not something difficult because what you need to do is to make sure all the items you've done before are lined up there. And there is one thing important in the learning portfolio that you have to prepare that is called the block of the semester. Okay? In your block of the semester, you put reflective comments on all those items you've done. That's a coherent essay, okay? Which is actually the written form of your speech of the semester. So, if you know that you have to do the block of the semester, and if you do one step further to make a speech of your block of the semester in class, you got 10 extra points. So why not do it? Alright? So this is a very stimulus package. Alright? So help yourself by signing up for this speech of the semester stuff, which is already here under this week number 11's call for participations. Your speech of the semesters. Here you can see that we have 5 more days in the remaining 2 weeks. Alright? So up to May 1st. And in each class, we can allow 4 students to do it. So because 10 minutes each, 40 minutes. Okay? So it's going to be exciting. Now I'm considering if I could increase the number of students slot at least up to 6 per class. That will be much more interesting. I will reserve the right to do it if I see more students sign up. Alright? So let's just try to see if this is good for you. Okay, having said that, let's go back to the message of this week. Now, allow me to remind you one more time, I beg your help to complete the student feedback questionnaire for learning contract number 3 now in 5 minutes because we're very nice students in this class and so far we just got 17 or 16 students who did it. So I do not have a full picture of how you feel about this. So may I invite you to spend 5 minutes now to click on this link, okay, student feedback questionnaire, and complete this questionnaire in class, alright? If you've already done this, it's fine, alright? You don't need to do it. If you have not done this, could you do it now, alright? If you have not done this, could you do it now? I'm going to publish the result tomorrow to make sure you know that how the whole class of students experience learning contract number 3. So, can you do it now? Do it now. The learning contract number 3 student feedback questionnaire. Just click on this link, alright? Or if you are already on the Moodle environment on the right-hand side, you can see student feedback questionnaire. The deadline is 11:55 tonight, alright? So you do it now, please, alright? So at the end of 5 minutes completions of the student feedback questionnaire, we'll come to the very last item, alright? That is strategic-based, or better say, task force-based presentations, instead of team's task force-based presentations, for learning contract number 3. But those task force who complete the presentations right here in 30 minutes, including the individual members' presence, we're sure to got this 5% already. This is an extra 5% bonus to encourage you to do the in-class presentations for learning contract number 3. But of course, when your task force is here to do the in-class presentations, you as a member were absent, and you will not have that 5%. Alright, so it's fair. Okay. Alright, so please take 5 minutes time to complete the student feedback questionnaire right here with this link, or, which is very clear, on the right-hand side of the Moodle environment, just under upcoming events, okay? Right here on the right, upcoming events. So if you have not done this student feedback questionnaire for learning contract number 3, kindly do it now. And after that, I will ask for your volunteer task force to come here to do the in-class presentations for learning contract number 3. So spend 5 minutes completing this questionnaire first. Thank you very much. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Now remember, this is an internal questionnaire, not the official one, all right? Okay, I'll be back in just 1 minute. Very good. That's very kind of you. It starts from next week. So you see that this is my development, right? This first page is research. If any member you have said that he or she will have this all members will have this inventory finance. Very good. You see, it's being signed up. Now, when you sign up, make sure you do not sign up with the same slot already signed up by others. Otherwise, you will not have that chance. First come, first serve. Remember, you sign up on a slot that it's empty. All right? You see, Karen, you sign up in a slot that's already filled by Nicholas. You need to sign up again, Karen. Because they all come from top to bottom. If you're at the bottom, that means you're late, all right? Now please, if you have not done the student feedback questionnaire for learning contract number 3, please use 5 minutes time to get it completed. It's right here, the first link on the right, upcoming event that is going to be due before 11:55 tonight. Okay? I need your feedback. I need your feedback. Okay? You see, I'm working very hard this week because I wanted to make sure you got the score in midterm before this Saturday, and you got the score on the learning contract number 3 before this Sunday. A lot of work to grade this week.
So we can check our grade this week?
Yes, I think by this coming weekend. You see, I'm very, there's a lot of work this week. But anyway, this is important because you need to know your grade, right? I'll try my best.
Maybe you can see our homework.
Thank you very much. Your class is an excellent class. I will call your attention for the first task force to present today at 4:20. Let's see, now it's 4:23, so at 4:30. But at 4:30, there's only one team to do it. Hopefully, the first task force do not need to use up all the 30 minutes. All right? We want to give 2 task forces the chance to complete it today. So which task force would like to go? This task force, right? Okay, your task force would like to go there too. Okay? So at most 30 minutes. Are you ready? Are you given time to prepare now?
Yeah, we have a video.
That's good. No, you cannot create video. You have to do the in-class presentations in person.
In person?
Yeah, that's 2 different things.
So the content can be same as the video.
Oh, of course. It should be the same. Okay. All right. Remember, only 30 minutes to share by 8 persons. So you see that each person have about 5 minutes, not more than 5 minutes actually. No, not necessary. Video is the video. Okay. Your presentation here is your in-class presentation. All right. Now remember, we just have 30 minutes per task force and you have 8 persons. So it's very important that you have a good timekeeper. Okay? We're going to start in 5 minutes time at 4:30. Okay? So that means the second task force might overrun for another 10 to 15 minutes if you use up 30 minutes.
No, we won't.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. You've gone through the transitions, individually, inquiry-based learning for the first 4 weeks. Two persons in a pair in the second, learning contract, self-regulated learning for 3 weeks. And for problem-based learning as a whole team, another 3 weeks. So you have enough experience to put together in your learning portfolio. Now it's an individual work in your learning portfolio to showcase your accomplishment, to provide reflections on what you did, what you learned. That's the importance of learning portfolios. Do you know that we do not have a final exam in this course? The reason is we replace the final exam, which is called a summative assessment, with the learning portfolio, which is a formative assessment. The learning portfolio will give you 20%, which is equivalent to the final exam. Okay, so that's the reasons why we don't need the final exam. Yes. What? No, it's 5 points extra. Extra. The video will be counted in the learning contract itself. It's counted as an item. Yes. This presentation is what we call an extra bonus work. If you do it, you got 5 semester points individually, unless you were not there. So make sure you are here, have a portions of speaking, right? That's very important. 1 semester point, not 2. That's what this message said, okay? It's very important that if you need to do something for a particular learning contract, you will be compensated for what you do. And that's what we call the bonus work, individual sharing. You did it, you got 5%. That's important. Oh, of course, of course. If you want to lock out my window, you can lock it out. Or if you've already done this, you can use my window without locking me out. Okay, just put it up. We did the submissions. Oh, that you have to log in. All right. It's okay. It's an iPhone, right? All right. So the first task force is this one, right? Okay, that's good. This is the second task force to go for today. Are you going to do it today? No, it's okay. It's okay. It's up to you because I'm just giving you the chance. For each class, we can accommodate only 2 task force. And if you do not do it this week, if you do it not next week, only 1 task force could be accommodated. Otherwise, you would not have enough speech of the semester slot for yourself. Okay, so we want to make sure we got through the team or task force based presentations today. This week, not today. Okay, you ready?
Ready.
It's now 4:30. Please move out. Be seated on your left and on your right. You have a spokesperson standing in between and the 2 sides for the 2 teams, all right? So I put the chairs already, except that the 1 chair is missing over there. It's okay. All right. It's task force number 2 now. Make sure you pick up the microphone. All right, thank you. Thank you, Gambo. Ada, are you ready? They're waiting for you.
It's okay. Ada is going to later on.
Oh, okay, it's all right.
Okay, dear class, we are task force number 2, and here's our topic about what is information privacy. And our whole group is going to give this presentation right now. So let's start. And here's our presentation outline. Following the basic ideas, and we are going to present it by every person. So first, let's give a microphone to Blue and Blue.
Thank you, Gambo, and here comes Blue.
Now I will introduce the definition and the different kinds of information privacy for you. Privacy can be understood in different ways. The most general is freedom from inferences or instructions. The right to be alone, everyone, This is our own space, which only belongs to that individual alone. Information privacy is the privacy of personal information and usually related to personal data stored on computer systems. The need to maintain information privacy is applicable to collected personal information such as medical records, financial data, private records, political records. The different types of information privacy has a kind of words. It contains information types, internet privacy, cable television privacy, medical privacy, financial privacy, location privacy, and education privacy. In fact, information privacy is the narrow meaning of privacy. It is the right to control of access to personal information, which is a common definition in the literature. We all know what is information and personal information. Control means it is not how much or how little is known about the subject, but whether the subject can choose how much of the information is received and to whom. And right means that the person control the personal information ought to be respected and protected. And next is Matata Yoga.
Thank you, Blue, and here comes Yoga.
I will introduce some background about information privacy. So now we are in a digital age. So information privacy has a very close relationship with us. And because of the development of internet and technology, our information privacy is more vulnerable. But in the most of time, we always ignore this problem. So why information privacy is so important? Here are some reasons. Firstly, privacy can help individuals maintain their autonomy and individuality, and it is also about respecting individuals. The second reason is privacy can bring us some benefits. For example, it can help to keep freedom of thought and social and political activities. The most important thing is that personal data affect nearly everything in one's life. So we must have awareness to protect our privacy. So next is Ada.
Thank you, Yoga, and here comes Ada.
I focus on financial privacy. Financial privacy is the right that people or company have their own possessing, and this is important for the avoidance of fraud. There's two aspects. First is positive. Being monitored financial privacy can be used in a more helpful way. In addition, information about people's bank account can help many countries to fight with tax avoidance, can help to find the thieves after credit card being stolen according to the expenses recorded. And of course, being monitored, financial privacy can lead to a bad result. For example, information about the people purchases actually can reveal a great amount of their preference, places they have visited, products they use, their activities and habits. Their villains can easily use privacy to kidnap them or even kill them. Another example is trade secret. We can see a lot of people use those secrets of their company and sell it to other competitors. Then they can get a lot of money and stock. Next is Aurelia.
Thank you, Ada. Here comes Aurelia.
Location privacy is a very important part of privacy. Once the location of privacy was made, our home base and the personal information will be exposed. When the information is leaked, the criminal will use the information to do the bad things. and all the aspects of our lives will be checked by the secrets. The application of the location privacy has positive and negative aspect. The negative side is the exposure of our location information so that the bad guys have the opportunity to hurt us. And the positive aspect is that we can find the missing thing and order when the police handling the case by the prosecution question and so on. That's positive.
Thank you, Serenia.
Thank you. Originally, this part should be Gabriella's part. So if we have time at last, we can play the digital story of this PowerPoint. But if we don't, we are going to skip this PowerPoint. So here comes my specific topic about internet privacy. So basically, internet privacy is about anything you do on the internet, and the privacy itself is not new for us since we always have some privacy along the history. But internet comes, and we have our privacy things on the internet, and that is a new thing for us in recent years. This also can separate it into negative things and positive ones. So the first one is that a lot of news reporters and a lot of people say that privacy is dead on the internet. That's because you always some access. You can always have some access to those people, to other people's information, to other people's privacy, because you can use, for example, cracking and hacking and those methods to know other people's things. However, there's still positive things about the internet privacy. First one is that so a lot of experts nowadays are making efforts to protect everyone's privacy, and also some companies are also trying to protect their customers. So the privacy is coming back on the internet actually. And also HRs and ads are happier. Why should I say this? Because HRs can look into candidates' background and know more about those people, and ads can know more about you, and they can give proper ads. If you are really interested in something, and the ads can give you the proper one, which is obviously a good thing for the internet, for the privacy on the internet. So that's basically about the internet privacy. Good and bad exist all the time. So the next one is political privacy, which is Karen.
Thank you, Gamble.
Thank you,
Here comes Karen.
I'm Karen. When it comes to political privacy, lots of history issues pop up in our mind. And most of them brings unchangeable consequences. Here we divide political privacy into three sub-areas. Firstly, which is predicting the crisis and try to prevent. Secondly, weaken the country's defense. Thirdly, influence the fairness of election. It is a little bit difficult to say it is good or bad in terms of politics, so we can only give some historical issues about political privacy without judgment. The recent terrorist attacks in Brussels is an issue related to political privacy. It is said that the information of this attack was spread to the local government of Brussels 1 week before the terrorist attack really happened. But no one did something to prevent it. Although we didn't see a happy ending of this issue, we also know that we actually have chances to get information earlier before sensations and do something for that. The other example is that in World War II, Germany came up with a system of communication password, which was hard to crack. However, by trying days and nights, Alan Matheson Turing actually cracked the system and defend Germany. When it comes to fairness of election, the result of USA election in 2008 can be a great example. At that time, candidate Obama used some techniques to gather big data from mobile phone users and know the popular political opinions. Thus, he proposed politics based on public opinions and won the election. To sum up, political privacy was a serious and crucial topic to individuals, society, and countries. And next will come Star.
Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Because of some aspects privacy of individual information. There are both sides of this privacy, the positive side and negative side. First, the positive side is the symbol of personal identity because everyone has different information privacy, and then of course that is the difference between everyone. And there is a negative application that is easy to be used without a permit. For example, some advertising company will get the phone number and use cold calling to call the other customer to buy their products. And then how the criminals attack and steal the information privacy. There are long steps of these attacks which are active and positive. In active attack, there are traditional attacks and web attacks. In positive attack, which are phishing websites and fake files. There are some difference between traditional attack and web attack. Traditional attack is attack the target directly, and the web attack is use some internet vulnerability to attack the others. And if the users open the phishing websites or the fake files, the attack will be successful. And then finally, how to protect our information privacy? There are 5 tips I can give everyone. At first, avoid connecting public Wi-Fi because we don't know the public Wi-Fi is dangerous or not. So don't use public Wi-Fi is better. And then open the firewall and install the antivirus software. It's the basic skill to protect our computer or the cell phone or smartphone. And do not open strange files. And the fourth, do not enter incredible websites. It's the same things to protect our privacy. And fifth, if we have any question about how to protect the information privacy, we can ask to the Macau Computer Emergency Response Team. Is an organization in Macau to help the people how to protect our information privacy. And this is our reference. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, staff. Thank you, all the members of Task Force number 2. We did a very good job. Time control is excellent.
Yes.
Any other task force who would like to do it today? Okay, it's all right if you want to reserve the right up to this first day. Now, if you want to do it on first day, make sure you get prepared because in each class we can at most accommodate 2 task forces, with each task force being given 30 minutes, and that will be very interesting. Now, just to make sure that you know the meaning of integrative learning and the reasons why doing the e-portfolio is important. So we need to backtrack back to week number 11 and give you a little bit of the reality check that you can see it from your fellow students in Hong Kong. In Hong Kong, particularly from the City University of Hong Kong, students are obliged to create their e-portfolio before they could graduate. And of course, it's not just a compulsory item, it's a very meaningful act from the school that students are willing to do. So let's go to this video to give you this important message.
When Emily finished her first year of studies in Sydney, she applied for an intern job in the summer holidays. In a group interview, Emily was surprised to see the other candidates were very competent at telling people what they were good at and showing concrete examples to showcase their achievements. She had also prepared for the interview. Why was she not as confident as the other candidates? Soon after the interview, Emily found out their killer strategy was something called e-portfolio. So, what is an e-portfolio? An e-portfolio is a way of presenting yourself online, a multimedia environment of personal artifacts selected for a specific purpose from a personal repository or archive. In an e-portfolio, you can showcase your best work to present evidence of your expertise and accomplishments to a specific audience, such as an employer or a teacher. An e-portfolio can also be a learning and management tool to help you organize your goals and activities and to encourage deep learning through collaboration and reflection. No wonder the other candidates were so confident and competent. Now Emily realized that her CV and covering letter were really not sufficient. Emily decided to create her own e-portfolio, but confronted by piles of work and loads of information she wanted to present, Emily was lost. How could she deal with all of this in one single e-portfolio? You may have the same question as Emily did. Here are 4 steps you can follow to organize your work and information. Step 1. Start collecting the footprints of your life, which can be the work you have done or thoughts written down. The collection becomes your personal database. Step 2. Spend some time thinking about who you are and what you want to be. Identify your goals. They can be short-term or long-term, and come up with action plans. Step 3. Follow your plans. In the meantime, reflect on your performance and thinking when carrying the plans out. Step 4. Organize your work and reflection and put them in your database. Emily had been collecting her work and reflecting on her experiences during her time at CISG. When looking for a job, Emily selected relevant information from the pool and created her employment e-portfolios. She could therefore talk more fluently about her achievements and provide more concrete examples of her expertise to impress potential employers. Now Emily is a manager in a company, and she continues to use an e-portfolio to manage her professional development and present her achievements.
So you know the secret to making the success of your competitor in the world. When you go for work in the world, then quite well here, you ask the questions in what way. So in this particular video, you know that in what way. And you need to understand under what circumstances you want to do something like this. Eventually, you're going to finish your study from this university. You need to go either to look for a job or you want to go for further studies. Normally today, they will ask you to present yourself. And the e-portfolio can recapture what you did throughout the 4 years and presents the best picture to your potential employer or a person who is going to give you a chance or not. So here we go. If you go to the reading list on read number 11, 12, 13, and 14, actually the same reading list, you can see that prepare for you 2 essential questions. What is the learning portfolio? What is an e-portfolio for learning? Okay? Now allow me to remind you, if I were you, I would definitely look at the first article. This is a very important article for every college student. And then if I were you, I would definitely pick the third item to make sure I know how to create a personal e-portfolio for my future endeavor. Okay, these 2 are very important. And this is also a very good example of a blog that you're supposed to write towards the end of this semester for this course. It's a learning portfolio, it's a blog, it tells you something about what you need to know. And then you're going to write a blog this semester in your e-portfolio to tell people what you've learned in this semester. I do not know which item you pick. It's your individual path that is very important. The interesting thing about this course is we do not have a mold to evaluate how to accomplish this or that. It's you who's going to pick up different items of interest, investigate on your own, and eventually you present what you learned in the form of your block of the semester, together with some artifacts you did produce. And so, allow me to tell you that this is a very important opportunity for you to start learning, to build up your portfolio, because you're here just for the first year or second year. You still have 2 or 3 years here. And everything you learn from individual courses can be put together to your own portfolio, which the University of Macau is provided in the Mahara system. So you use the Mahara system to put together your accomplishment, to build a showcase to people. That is very impressive things. I hope you become another athlete who could win a job, who could find good things for his or her own life. Okay, so allow me to tell you that according to the message of last week, your e-portfolio must be ready on May the 3rd this year. Okay, after May the 3rd, there's nothing you need to do. You just need to check your grades. And if you feel a little bit uncomfortable, make sure you talk to me before the deadline. Okay, I will make sure you have all the grades, the scores before the end of the week of May 3rd, so that you have at least 1 week or 2 weeks time to do some what we call the immediate work to catch up with your final score. Okay, so I hope that you understand this is very important. Make sure you check your Moodle. All right, everything will be communicated through the Moodle environment. So now in your e-portfolio, as I have shared with you today, it's very important that you have to, let me make sure I sign in first. All right, let's see, am I still sign in? Yes, I think so. All right, the message for this week, I've given you very clear indications that you need to build up this e-portfolio. I need to lock it in. After the presentations of the students, I need to lock it again. All right. All right. You have to make sure you know how to create a wiki, okay, for your own e-portfolio. And you need to make sure, in case you need help, the 3 important set of resources here are already a lot of good resources for you to put in your block of the semester. If you don't make the best use of them, I really do not know how to help you. Okay, it contains good PowerPoints, good questions, and good exercise for you to put in to enhance the artifacts you can argue for yourself. And then you have to make sure your front page of the e-portfolio contains this number of items. Because based on this, you can actually calculate the score you obtain and add up the score. Alright? You know that in order to get an A, you need 93 points. In order to get an A minus, you need 88 points. Alright? So you need to calculate the number of points you earned already and how many points you need. Alright? And make sure when you receive the score from me, and you see that because point is not enough, you better do this first, alright? And make sure, kindly, don't lose the 20% here, don't lose the 15% here, it's yours, alright? Make sure in your e-portfolio you tabulate your work and you've got all those scores. Now remember, my job when I look at your e-portfolio, in order to give you a score, if I cannot see this, it's not a good sign, okay? You have to create linked pages so that when I enter the link page here, I can see you the artifacts you produce in any contract number 1. To get, you just need to put them in. You did it already, right? You got the feedback and you just copy and paste and put them in the link page. It's not difficult. Copy and paste the content. That is very important. Copy and paste the content. Because you want people to see your portfolio, okay? You don't give them a link where they cannot see it, all right? So it's very important. And then you give your score, you give yourself a score achieved, so that you know that out of 10%, how many points out of 10% you got it? Out of the 20%, how many our 20% got it together with the artifacts, that it's a very important record for yourself, okay? And of course, when I enter this, I expect to see two important pages. One is your journals, the other is your blog. When I enter your journal page, I can see 10 journals, one per week in the first 10 weeks. I can see 5 blogs over there, okay? Then you got 15 points. And of course this, I should be able to see a table which contains 10 records. The record contains the following item, as I told you. The day of the year, for example, today is April 11, 2016. The lessons, today is day number 23, okay, in the context of this class. And the YouTube link, okay, and then the short descriptions of what you said during that in-class presentations. You got it already, you write it down in the sign-up sheet. Remember I asked you, after you're sharing, write down something there, just need to copy and paste. And then, from which minute to which minute, you appear in that picture. That's good evidence of your work. When you have all these 10 records, give yourself 20 points. Okay? Yes?
So do I need to write down when I present?
It's a record which contains the day of the year, for example, April 11, 2016, and then the day number of class. Today is day number 23, and then the YouTube link, and then the short descriptions of what you said, and then from which minute to which minute of that. Yes, in a specific link page called in-class participations, which is in your e-portfolio. Okay? Suppose this is on the front page. When I click on this link, I can get to that page you want me to see. Alright? That is the easiest way for me to take a look at your work. And of course, do not forget, you should have a block of the semester here. That is the summary of what you learned. That is the spoken versions. The blog version is written versions. Alright? It's very important. Reflections. I hope you got all the desirable grade, okay, with all those scores you earned. Remember, for your first learning contract, everybody got 10 points. I told you already in last week's message. That is an encouragement score. But you still have to put the actual score you earned there as a reference. Okay? It's very important. Allow me to take attendance for today, alright? So it's very important, sure. Johnson, not here today. You don't, thank you. Star, thank you. Terry, not here. Iris, not here today. Christina, thank you. Gabriella, not here today. Sonia, not here today. Tina, thank you. Cleo, thank you. Joey, not here today. Winnie, not here today. Xiaowei, thank you. Danny, thank you. Nicholas, thank you. Galar, thank you. Blue, thank you. Karim, not here today. Mingxian, thank you. Louise, thank you. Excellent. Steve Zhao, thank you. Levine, thank you. Serenia, thank you. Muffin, thank you. Fred, thank you. Very good. We still have at least 4 task forces of people here. It's my appreciations. Michelle, thank you. Dr. Ma, thank you. Heidi, thank you. Karen, thank you. Erica, thank you. Yoga, thank you. Gambo, thank you. Rina, thank you. Ada, thank you. Steve Chan, thank you. Gia, thank you. Khan, thank you. Hannah, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Now, allow me to be a little bit non-violent. I need your feedback. Please fill out the student feedback questionnaire for learning contract number 3. If you have not done this, I'm going to publish the result tomorrow for you to read. It's very important that we have a good communication so I know how to feel. A lot of people might feel it's a lot of work, but it's an important thing for you to do your learning portfolio and create this experience. All right? So this is a practical approach. It should be applicable in every other course you're going to take in the second year of your study. Because you're in college now, and this is learn to learn. Allow me to say that this is my goal here to help transition you from a taught to learn to learn. I want to stay here, but I always push you. Come here, learn to learn. So forgive me if I push you a little bit. As a teacher, I need to do it. All right. So, all right. Okay, I'm waiting for Thursday, when I could see the other 2 task force to do the presentation. Who's going to do it on Thursday? Your task force? Are you ready? Thursday? Okay. Nicholas, is your task force ready for this Thursday? Okay, we have 2 task force. Okay, then this is the last one. All right, if you do not have any questions, I'll let you have your own table-based discussions. All right? So that's it for today. Our CISG113, Section 1, Information Security and Privacy, day number 23. Okay, and week number 12. I can help answer your question if you raise your hand.